Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you the Avengers compound battle. It is set number 76131. It has 699 pieces. It retails for $100 and is for ages 8 and up. Okay, so I'm going to start on the front, and here's the first floor. Right here, we have a little security panel. Looks pretty nice. We also have some steps leading up to the door. We have a nice glass door right here with a 1x1 white tile for a door handle. You also can see some of the interior over there, over here. So big glass windows. And it's kind of a small build, but it looks pretty nice. Now I'm going to get you to the top floor. Oh, there we go. You can kind of see, let me just back up a little bit. Okay. So we have some more glass. We have some glass-like panels right here. We have big pieces, like big sheets of glass over here on the other side. And those are angled, which looks pretty nice. It fits perfectly with the wing pieces down here. Up here you can kind of see part of a Avengers logo. And that the center of that A right there is actually metallic blue, which looks pretty nice. That's a printed tile, 2x2 rounded tile. And that's basically it for the front of the build. Okay, so here's the side of the garage. We have some nice little walkway right here. You can fit like at least 2 minifigures on there. We have a door right here. Another glass door. Let me see the side here. There, another glass door with another door handle on it. It opens pretty nicely. We have some little steps right down here with a tile. Some little bit of roofing up here. Some glass windows. Right here looks pretty nice. We also have a toolbar with some welding equipment, wrench, crowbar, and saw. That looks pretty nice. Right here we have a little like walkway thing, but you can't really walk across it because over here it's just glass. That's really just there for some more support, so when you pick the thing up, it doesn't all just fall apart. Over here, we have a little like catwalk area with some railing and some steps. And that's basically it. I can try to show you top of right there, so you can see. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And I'll show you. Okay, so here is the front of the garage. Right here, we have a little like bar that you can lift up. Oh, they can get stuck. And that's just on a frictionless pin right there, and it works pretty nicely. One problem is it kind of bounces a lot, so if you hit it really fast, it kind of just bounces back and lands back on. If you do it carefully, you can get it to stay. I wish there was a little bit more detail on this side, just for more of like for actually controlling this would look nice. Up here we have some orange like lights for safety. Right here, we have a little swiveling antenna dish, like radar dish. And that can just hinge up and spin on a little turntable. It's a simple build. It's not the best, but it's nice. There's a little red tip on the end of this rod. Over here, we actually have the actual garage door. Oh, okay, and yeah, this is just a normal garage door. It's like the basic, using the basic pieces, but it's pretty nice. Right here is some detail, like some bars, like some more supports. Right here we have some like texture with some stickers. There are a couple of stickers in the set. There's actually quite a few. Inside we have a vehicle. I'll get to that later. Just push that back in. There's plenty of room for the vehicle. Up here, well, you can't really see. There are some swiveling turrets, and these can only angle down and straight. They can't go up, so they're more just for like defense. Like if anything's right here or down here in like the movie, in like real life. So those just swivel. They're kind of nice. They're simple, and there's just some stud shooters right there with some gunmetal gray studs to represent like bullets. They're raised up. Right here's there's just some tiles, and let me try to show you the top. So top up here, there's just a little Avengers helipad, and some just bars for the helicopter to land. So I can just actually get the helicopter up there. There's that right there. And yeah, so it just stays in there. It's pretty strong, but it's pretty simple. I can do the helicopter later. And let me show you the top of the Avengers compound. Okay, so here's the top. I'm sorry it's a little shaky. I don't have really a good way to hold it up here. So you can see a better look at the Avengers logo. We have another turret up there, but that's one can't angle in all directions. And that's more like a heavy cannon. Looks more like, since it uses trans blue pieces, I think it's more of like an energy cannon. Over here we have some just detail with some silver ice cream cones. Not ice cream cones, ice cream, the actual ice cream pieces. It's probably just just to represent some venting. Over here we just have some more silver detail. And you see a little bit of that cannon. The white part on there is actually a Star Wars riot shield, which is an interesting part use. And there's just some spring-loaded shooters on there, and that's basically it. It's kind of simple. Let me show you the interior. Okay, so here's the first floor, the interior of the first floor. We have a little swiveling table, swiveling computer. So there's a little keyboard and this white book page piece with a sticker on it of the Infinity Gauntlet, and showing an Infinity gem. Over here we have a little sticker for some a fingerprint or handprint reader, and there's just some laser bars with the Infinity Gauntlet in there. So you can just bring this down with your fingers, show deactivating it. There's a little, let me just look at this. This little thing that you can pull right here, and if you pull on it, you can take the Infinity Gauntlet out. The set comes with 2 gems, the power and time one, and this is just resting on there like that. So here's just the Infinity Gauntlet. You just take off Thanos' hand and stick it on there. Put that back on. Stick it back in there. Like that, and it just snaps in. The blue pieces right here, let me back that up. The blue parts aren't the best. I wish those were in gray, but they're good enough. They don't really look the best, but I mean the set isn't supposed to look the best, but I mean I guess they're fine. You don't really see the back too much, but there is this little red look. Just move the yellow. There's this little red piece right there, which I don't really like. But besides that, this place is, I mean, it's pretty simple too, so it's okay. Okay, so here's the second floor of the compound. There's this little table right there with some 4 cups and 1 bottle of something. There's another one of those Avengers logos. Again, metallic blue for the inside of the A. We also have 3 seats around here. So not enough for all the Avengers, but most of the figures just in the set can fit on there. It looks okay. It's kind of simple, but it's fine. If you take off the table cover, just like that, I just put all the extra studs for the stud shooters in there, but you're supposed to put the guns in the set. Sorry, this is very hard. Stud. Okay, I just give up. Over here we have a screen or something to show a Outrider and some information about it. It doesn't look the best, but it's fine. You can see out the window. Then over here we have this swiveling door. It's probably supposed to represent some type of airlock or something. You can just turn that, so you can just over here. Oh, you can put the minifigure in there, and then you can just turn it like that, and then you can get in. You can see that catwalk again up onto the helipad. And here's just the back of the inside of the compound. Again with the swiveling turret up here. And that's really it for the second floor of the compound. Okay, so here's the garage of the compound. You can see a couple little bumper pieces right here so the car doesn't roll out. So you can kind of see how the car will fit in really nicely. You're not supposed to go this way, also that turret's not supposed to be up. And so when you roll it in, it's hard for it to roll out like that. So it just kind of stops it. But you can see how the car fits in there. Let me just get that out. And it's pretty simple. Just spin this. It's quite hollow, so it doesn't really look the best from all angles, but it's kind of fine. So it's kind of just a big open area, especially when you put the car in. There's some area right here to post figures. So open that back up. And it's kind of basic in there. There's not much. You can kind of see the door right. Focuses right there. It's really dark. Let me see if I can get the light. Okay, that might be a little bit better. Not really. Okay, yeah, that's not the best. That's really it for the garage. Okay, so here is the Avengers, I don't know, like car, Jeep thing. So it's kind of basic. It's if most of it, well, most of the body is 4 studs, but then it's 5 studs if you count the fenders, and it's more like 8 studs if you count the wheels. So it's kind of big. The wheels stick out a lot, which is kind of weird. It's not the best. It's probably the best that you could do with these tires. But there's underneath. It uses like a small pre-built chassis. It's not like a big one. And you can kind of see here's where the wheels are. So you can't really make it much smaller. But you know the wheels just stick out a lot. It's not too bad because the doors right here stick out a lot. Which the doors don't open. They're just there with some brackets. There's a tan seat in there. It's probably like represent like leather. A steering wheel. Here's just another piece of, here's like a windshield. The front has this like bumper grill thing that can just hinge down. Makes it look a little more heavy duty. Up here at the top, we just have like this cool shape using some like crazy piece of tiles and slopes. The back just has a license plate and some headlights. This bar, which I don't know why there's a bar. Some like bracket things right here. I don't know what they're for. Maybe they're just whole accessories. Then up here at the top, we have like a little turret with some like a little screen. Here's just some stud shooters. You can't angle like straight ahead. This is as low as you can go. This can go straight up. So it only can shoot things in like the sky. So you can't really shoot anything like low to the ground. We have these cool like I don't know what they're exactly for. These weird side pieces. They look pretty cool. And that's really just it for this Avengers car. Jeep, I don't know. It's kind of like a sports car mixed with a Jeep. Okay, so here is the helicopter. You can see the top, the rotor. They have these Technic, I don't know, panel side wing pieces up there. It spins pretty nicely. It has a frictionless like pin thing right down there, so you can spin it pretty fast. There's also some lights on the side and this little like dome right here. There is a yellow stud in there. It's kind of hard to see in the center, so it doesn't look the best. It looks a lot worse in person. That's only if you're looking at it from the top. If you look from the side, you can't see it. On the side, we have these engine parts right here. We have 2 of them, both sides. They're just to, like represent like exhaust or maybe just engine detail or just more just like machine detail. Up here, we have these like sloped pieces to add just some more bulk to the actual helicopter. The actual helicopter is kind of small, especially like the tail out here. There is no propeller on the tail. I think it's just supposed to be powered by jets. Something like more futuristic. And then they have these little posable wings on the outside and a light. And another Avengers logo, which is a sticker right there. And that's really it for the tail. It's not that detailed. It's kind of thin. It's kind of small. The entire helicopter is kind of small. Up here at the front, we have this big stud shooter, which doesn't look good at all. I mean, it's okay, but it just doesn't really make much sense. There's also a tan piece in there. but it's using dark gray studs. And right here we have a windshield. And inside we have just another tan seat right there, but it's not really a seat, it's just this like piece. Then we also have a screen right here at the front. It's kind of hard to see. And it's just some type of aiming thing. The only thing is, when this thing's down, there's kind of big open spots, so it's not really enclosed well. Again, there's some like little attachment things to put like accessories, or they're just there for like detail. There's some like extra like little fin, I don't know, if not fins, like siding armor pieces on both sides. Those are also angled. You also can angle those. It also has these like feet, or I actually don't know what they're actually called, but they're just like landing gear. That's what they're called, and they're just one big preform piece. There's not that many big pieces in here. I mean, this little body right here is made out of some pretty big pieces. But it's an actual build. Besides the bottom right here, there's this little bracket, I don't know, like holding thing, bar. That's just there for just extra, stuff. Right here we have an extra sword for Nebula. Over here we have a fire extinguisher. And that's really it for the helicopter.
Okay, so Iron Man, he has some gold printing on the top half of his legs. He has some toe printing. He also has an arc reactor, which is like the Mark 50 one. He also has some stuff coming out of his feet, like propulsion. He also has the hand blasters. They come with 3. There's one extra, but there's supposed to be 2. He has some gold arms, some detail in the back. This isn't the same as the Mark 50 suit. It's different. I think the only thing similar to that is the helmet. The helmet is the same helmet that he always uses. There's some light blue detail in the eyes. There's also some black lines on the top, and it looks pretty nice. It flips up too. And for his alternate face, let's flip it up and let's see his alternate face, which is just a light blue detail and then he has a normal face. Here's Hulk. He has his normal light blue pants with some black detail on them. He's olive green. He has black hair, and he also uses the simplified Big Fig build, like body with there's no toes, and the pants are just print. So there's not much detail on him. You can't hold a minifigure in his hands like all Big Figs. There's also he just has black printing on his face. There's no green, and there's some dark green and some white pupils. Here's an Outrider. He has normal black legs. He has some nice detail on his torso with some gold, and he just has black arms. Everything, all pieces on him are all black colored. He has this backpack piece with some arms coming out because they're supposed to have 6 arms. It looks pretty nice. The only thing is the back piece just looks not like organic. He has some printing on the back of his head with some gold scales. No printing on the arms or legs. And he has some gold on his face with this red mouth. It's not an eye, it's actually a mouth. And that's pretty much it for him. He has no alternate face, of course. He has no helmet. Here's Thanos. He has a normal gray body. He has also the simplified Big Fig. He has a hammer, arm printing, and his skin color is, I think, lavender. He also has on his face and arms and hands. His shoulders are gold. There's no printing on the back of his shoulders. He has a pretty nice hammer. There's no printing on the back of his body. And his hammer it's kind of a cool build. It's not big. I'm not sure if you actually see that in the movie. He also has some detail on his helmet, on the top of his helmet, and he also has blue eyes, and this like body detail is pretty nice. Here's Nebula. She has a normal quantum realm suit and a katana. She also has, I think, a medium or dark azure head. There's no printing on the side because they don't print on the side of the head. There's just some normal like just like robotic stuff on the back of her head, and there's just the back of the quantum suit. This is the only minifigure in this set that comes with a quantum realm suit, and her face is just pretty normal. I don't know. I don't know if it's exclusive or not. It might just be the same one. I think the side on her eye is different. Here's Captain Marvel. She has no leg printing. She has red hands. She has. I think this might be the same one that came in the Captain Marvel set. She also has the same hairpiece as Black Widow, and there's medium. It's medium nougat. There is some back printing. There is no arm printing, and it's pretty basic. It's probably what you expect. There's nothing on this arm either, and yeah, it's pretty normal. It's a pretty normal figure. She also comes with a bunch of like power blast parts, and yeah, it's pretty basic. She does come with an alternate face though, and we'll see that in just a second. Like right about now, I think. And it's just a normal smile. And you can see up close on her like star. Here's Ant-Man. He has a painted head.
Also, I also forgot to tell you there is this gun. It's black, kind of more realistic gun right here, and it also includes a gray double barreled like sci-fi gun. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a set score. So for features, I give it a 9 because, you know, we do have the gate over here. Then we also have the garage door. You have the stud shooter, and just having all these different types or just features, you know, just having all these like this gun, that gun, this, that, you know, that over there. That's why I give it a 9. It has a lot of features. For display, I give it a 5. I mean, it's okay. It's not really bad, but you know, like parts of it are just kind of flat and don't look the best. Like, you know, there's like exposed colors for over here where, you know, the Infinity Gauntlet is, and you know, like some parts of the helicopter aren't the best. I think this car's okay, but the tires are a little weird. You know, there's just like stud shooters. You know, the spring shooter, like I don't know, you know, like the spring loaded shooters. You know, right here is kind of flat white, so you know, and it's kind of basic. So that's why I give it a 5. For value, I give it a 6. For $100, and you only get 999 pieces. No, 699 pieces. Sorry. Then you know that isn't the best, but you know you do get 2 big figs, Infinity Gauntlet, 2 gems, a good amount of minifigures. You do get this Ant-Man right here, which looks pretty nice, you know, painted and stuff. That's the only set you can get this in. You do get like a lot of things. You get a lot of big pieces. You know, these big clear panels are big. You know, there's like these pieces right here. There's some big pieces, big plate pieces that, you know, do cost more money. So I mean, that's why I give it a 6. It isn't the best, but I say about $80 would be like 70 would be more like 80 for this set. That's why I kind of give it a 6. For complexity, I also give it a 6. It isn't that complex, but it's kind of it's basic. But there are a couple, you know, things in it that aren't. It's like, you know, it's like super basic. Some parts on the car, you know, things like that. There are some parts. And for an overall like score of the set, I give it a 7.5. You know, for like how good the set actually is, which I think is, I mean, pretty reasonable. For it looks nice. I mean, it looks okay. There's a lot of space. There's good minifigures, stuff like that. There's good things to collect in it, and that gives it a total score of 33.5, which is okay. Of course, the best would be 50, but that's basically impossible. So it's a good score. 35 is around average for Lego sets. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!